Hello, everybody. It's Mark Ling here, and I've got with me an amazing guest. This guy, Keegan Mueller, has made over $50,000 several days as an affiliate. I think his average amount per day, you can correct me in a moment, Keegan, is somewhere over $30,000 per day in affiliate commissions, which is insane. And yet it all started out with small beginnings. Started out as one of our students doing the methods that we used to, well, we still do, but doing the methods where we promote affiliate products through Facebook ads, leading off to a website and earning commissions. But then he applied that formula, changed it a bit, learned a lot about copywriting and stuff like that from other sources too, and came up with a really unique approach that meant that he could make huge commissions promoting products from YouTube ads. So in the past, people used to find YouTube ads quite hard because they didn't want to get in front of the camera, or they didn't want to hire actors and stuff like that. And yet, if you did these slideshow videos, if you blew it up too far and you hadn't done anything about it other than just text on the screen, sooner or later, YouTube kind of didn't like that. So it was tricky. But now he's gone ahead and discovered a method where he uses automated software that automatically pulls in stock footage and builds the video for you. He's got a template approach that he follows that he's going to teach you guys today for writing the video scripts for the ads, simple landing pages that promote the affiliate offers, and it's using robot voices. He's got a perfectly fine voice himself, but he doesn't hit record on his own voice. He uses computer-generated voices so that he can easily and quickly make changes to video ads if he wants to, and so forth. Anyway, it's a very, very exciting approach, and it's one that he's already taught to 30 plus beta testers, most of whom are doing over $1,000 a day, some of them over $10,000 a day, and a couple of them have hit $50,000+ days, like 50,000 in a day. It's almost unbelievable. So anyway, without further ado, I want to introduce you guys to Keegan Mueller. Welcome along, Keegan.
Hey, Mark, I'm happy to be here.
Oh, so happy to have you here. It's super exciting. And, you've gone from nothing to being not only one of the top affiliates on all of ClickBank, but also one of the top affiliates at another network called MaxWeb. And, you're blowing it up elsewhere as well. How did you get from basically nothing to scaled up so high in such a short space of time?
Yeah, so I mean, like you said, it didn't I didn't start off doing 30K days, 50K days. I mean, I started off at a 9 to 5 job. I came into an affiliate marketing course. It was one of the ones you promoted, and I was at my job just really the only thing I knew was that I wanted to figure it out because I knew I didn't want to stay at my job. So I put everything I had into just perfecting the method on Facebook. And eventually, after 3 months, I was able to quit my job with just that training. So I kept going on from there, and there were some struggles with Facebook dealing with shutdowns and things like that. And I think my highest day on Facebook was a 2K day, but yeah, I kept going on from there and gradually building it up.
Fantastic. And then, though, you had this brainchild of an idea to get over onto YouTube, and you started making these automated videos using robot voices. What made you comfortable with using a computer generated voice rather than, say, hitting record with your own voice or getting a voiceover artist? What made you go, yeah, no, I'm happy enough with computer generated voices and spending my money on ads that are just read out by a machine?
Yeah, so I think they say like a lot of great innovations come from people looking for the fastest route. And that was kind of what this was. I was making so many videos with my own voice, not me going on camera, but I was using my own voice. And after a while, that it just becomes cumbersome. You're always trying to get your voice perfect and you're editing it. And I don't think I have a great voice for going on ads. So one day I just started messing with those robot voices, and you can spin one up in 1 minute if you have your script. So I thought, why not try that on one of these ads? And it did much better than I thought it would. So that's how we are where we are.
I think what's really amazing is that these voices actually, they can sound rather realistic anyway, as long as you, one, pick the right voice, and two, you can muck with the intonation quite easily, just a little few tweaks here and there. I mean, I've noticed if I some words, it'll sound a little weird, so I'll just split it up into two words, and then next thing you know, it sounds exactly right. Or I'll put a comma there, and they'll do the little pause that they kind of needed to do, and then it sounds right. Just little tweaks, not much. I'm talking 5-10 minutes. I'm guessing you must do just a little bit of massage to the voice.
Yeah, really. I mean, it is pretty simple. I mean, you're talking like a comma here, a comma there, and it sounds just like a human. So, yeah, so like you said, some voices don't sound exactly like a human, but I think that that could be part of why it converts so well. It's almost like a pattern interrupt, because people are wondering, people like start watching the video and they're like, is this a robot? Is it a robot or is this a human?
I guess it could be like that. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I've always found though that good copy is the most important thing. It's more important than how good your voice sounds, even though that can help. It definitely can help, but good copy trumps everything. What is being written matters the most. I mean, even going back as far as back in the day when we used to have no video sales letters, every website was a written sales page. And you could have it really poorly formatted, and it could have poor graphics, and it will outperform the pretty looking site that looks amazing, but they don't have very good copy, because the words that are being spoken or the words that are written, that makes the biggest difference. And so many people anyway, they look at YouTube ads and they might not be quite listening intently, but because of automated software that generates those video ads for you, put stock footage in there and stuff like that, again, more AI technology, it shows the subtitles on the screen anyway. So people, even if they weren't listening to the robot, they'll be reading it anyway.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Okay, so it's my job really to grill you for the best that I can get out of you. And my thoughts were the best I can get out of you was for you to actually tell all of my students, everyone listening, maybe you could walk through the breakthrough of your 7-step method, because your 7-step method is gold. You follow this method and you write your script for your video ads, and you get the maximum click-throughs of the right kind of people, but you also kind of warm them up in order to actually get to your page and want to click through to the affiliate offer, and they're sort of warmed up that they want to watch the damn video sales letter that they're now taken to, as opposed to getting a whole bunch of blind clicks through who aren't the right people and they don't buy, or they're not warmed up enough. Like, you seem to have mastered this. So would you mind walking my folk through your 7-step method?
Yeah, that's not a problem. And yeah, like you said, it really does come down to the copy. So I've seen some videos that were horrendous. I mean, just robot voices that did not sound human in any way, shape, or form, and they didn't have the commas in there to make it sound more human. And so exactly what you're saying, the copy is king on these. So
you've seen those ones still make sales?
yeah, that was actually what really what really blew me away with this method and made me realize that yeah, these robot voices do work. Was one of my students, he's from Afghanistan, but then he lived in Russia for most of his childhood, so English is not his first language. And so he was using one of these female robot voices, and he went from zero days to 2K days to 4K days. And then he thought that he just wanted to see how far he could push it. And he had a decent credit card. So he maxed it out and hit a 32K day the day
Wow.
after. So it went from 4K to 32K day in one day. I didn't even think it was possible because I'd not seen that before. But
Well, I know with other advertising platforms like Facebook, you really got to spend weeks or even probably months to scale up to that level before they trust you with that much ad spend. So it's quite remarkable that YouTube, within their algorithm or whatever, they already know from the lower ad spend. Enough people have seen this without complaining and all of this sort of stuff. We don't care if you want to spend, over $10,000 on ads in a day. You go for it, and bam, he made 30 something thousand back. That's incredible.
yeah, yeah. So I don't think there is a limit on Google. Like the only limit you have is just what your credit card is. So
Yeah, and I think it's because they are growing. Like there are more and more people viewing YouTube all the time. They had their record month last month. I think it was $7 billion was spent on advertising, and they're getting even more viewers on YouTube this month than last month. So it's I can see why it's so. It's the opposite of saturated right now on YouTube. It's quite a phenomenal thing at the moment with YouTube advertising. Maybe though. So that I don't keep going off track, how about we get into the seven
okay.
keys to writing a script that sells?
Yeah,
And how
yeah.
long
So
is the script as well before you start with the 7 points? Like how long does it normally go for? Like, is it 20 minutes? Is it a 10-minute script? Like, how long are these ads? Or are they 1 minute?
yeah, so the shortest ad I've had that was a big winner was 55 seconds. So in general, my ads are about a minute and 30 seconds. So they're
Okay,
not long
90
at all.
seconds.